afternoon, everybody.
It's good morning.
Oh.
You can say good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. It's time to start with the courtroom. Who's the first two people? Michelle, who's coming in?
It's got to be Father Christmas and the elephant.
An elephant? Why is there an elephant in my court, Michelle? I'm not used to having animals in my court. Right. Father Christmas. What seems to be the problem with the elephant?
As you say,
Well, as you know, Judge, I'm always really busy when it gets near to Christmas because I've lots and lots and lots of presents to get ready. The elves have to get them all wrapped up. And then this elephant came along. Understood? And what did the elephant do? Well, the thing is, he was running around all my warehouse where we get all the presents ready. And he went in my grotto and he was pulling all the decorations down. And he was just making a mess, and I can't cope with it because we're really busy at that time of year. Understood? That's not very good. I know you're under a lot of pressure when it gets to that time of year, Father Christmas. And we all enjoy it when you've left us our presents. Right. So, Elephant, what's going on? I was just having fun. I like running around and making a mess. It was great. Right. It might be great for you, Elephant, but not so great for Father Christmas and all his helpers. You need to go somewhere else to let off all that steam. Do we know anywhere, Michelle, that he could go and play?
in Santa's grotto.
No, we don't want him playing in there. We want him to play somewhere where he can have lots and lots of fun.
I know. At school.
At school? Do you go to school, Mr. Elephant?
No, I don't.
Well, I think you ought to go.
I'm retired. I'm 70.
What? And you're running around Santa's grotto?
Yes, I'm older. I'm 70 now.
Well-
I don't go to school. I don't go to work. I'm retired.
Okay.
Because I'm 70.
Well, in that case, I think instead of running around like stupid elephant, I think Father Christmas should give you a job to do, and you could help
I don't.
get all the things ready.
Did you go to 70? I'm retired. I don't
Yes,
work.
I
I don't
know,
work anymore.
but it's only for a few weeks, and maybe you'd enjoy it getting presents ready for all the children, don't you think?
I'm retired.
Okay.
I'm retired. Can you call Joe?
Right, well, the only other thing that we can do is to put a ban in place. You are not allowed anywhere near Santa's grotto or Santa's warehouse. And if you go there again, Santa will let me know and you will be taken to jail. And that is my verdict.
Case dismissed. Take her out, Michelle. Oh dear. I almost tricked. Sorry, Judge. Take her out. Right then, we should have a best case now, which is Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. So what's your case, you two?
Hello, Judge. I'm Mickey Mouse and I play in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Did you play a big Donald?
Yes, Donald is really my friend. but he's been a little bit naughty lately.
What's he done?
Well, normally we play lots of games and things and have fun, but he's just grumpy all the time. I don't know what's wrong with him. Okay, understood. Come on then, Donald, what's causing the problem? Well, Judge, I don't really know. I just feel fed up and tired and no energy. And it's all just getting way too much. Oh dear, says Mickey. Why didn't you tell me you were feeling like that, Donald? Maybe you should go see the doctor and see if he can help. I don't like to think of you being unhappy and upset. That's not nice. You're my friend. I know, says Mickey. We'll have to spend more time together and I'll help you do all your jobs and then you won't feel so tired. That's what friends do. They help one another. Always. Is that okay, Donald? Yes. And if I am getting too tired, then I'll have to go and have a lie down. Good thinking, says the judge. That's what you need to do. Go and have a rest when you're feeling really tired. Is everybody happy with that verdict?
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge. Very short case. Dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out?
Of course, Judge.
Right, if we must get ready for the next case, which is a little girl and a dog. What's this case about,
Oh, I'm not sure.
Is a little girl and a dog. What's the case how it goes to?
Mm-hmm. Right then, little girl. I'm the judge and I'm here to help you with your problem. Would you like to tell me what's wrong?
I would look too.
Yes, Judge. The problem is this little puppy keeps biting everything. He gets hold of the cushions and rags them about. He gets our shoes and bites them. And don't even get me started on what happens when Mummy puts the washing out on the line. He just attacks it all and pulls it off the line. Well, that doesn't sound very good, does it?
Why is it very good, Tom?
Well, Mummy doesn't want to have to do all the washing again, surely. Right then, little puppy. I think you need some help. You see, little girl, this is what puppies do. He thinks it's all just fun and games, pulling at things and biting at things. He thinks it's great fun. I know that, Judge, but it's not great fun for us. Understood. Have you thought about taking your puppy to some dog training sessions? Because they help you make your dogs behave. And then, what you really need to do to stop him being fed up and just biting everything, take him to the park and let him have a good run.
Would you hit Michelle talking to a girl? Would you hit Michelle?
I think that's good advice, Judge. Dogs like to run around all the time. If you take him for long walks and take him somewhere he can run around, he'll get tired and then he won't be biting everything and pulling everything about. Are you going to try that? Woof woof!
You see?
Woof woof!
What does that mean? Squeak cockagway.
I think that means yes, says the judge. The dog looks very happy. I can see him wagging his tail. Right Right then, Michelle. I think you can show these two out.
Okay, you two, time to go out. Right, let's get ready for the best case. It's a man and a construction man.
Ooh.
So could be a covering these two.
Right.
Just a normal man and a man who does construction.
Right.
Right, Mr. You decide. What does this construction man do to take you to court?
Well, Judge, I want to sue this man. He was meant to build a conservatory on the back of my house. He came and he measured everything and he gave me a price. He said it would be £2,000, which I agreed to. I thought that was a very fair price. Okay, understood. So what went wrong? Well, he started the work and he got halfway through it, and then he said, I'm going to need another £1,000 to finish this job. Well, I don't think that's right, Judge. He gave me a price. He should stick to that price. Understood. Right then, Mr. Construction Worker, what have you got to say? Well, Judge, what happened was...
What happened?
What happened was, Judge, all the prices have gone up for bricks, for wood, for glass for the windows, paint, everything. At the moment, the government tells us that we're in a recession and we've got a cost of living crisis. And because everything had gone up, that meant I was having to spend more to build this conservatory. And I can't afford to be supplying all these goods when they're costing me more money. I've got to pass the charges on to the customer. Yes, understood. I understand that very well. But you did give a price. Yes, I know, Judge, but I didn't know there was going to be a war in Ukraine and everything was going to go sky high price-wise, did I? No, I suppose not. I understand what you're saying because all the food prices are going up as well. Yes, Judge. So, what I have to say to you, mister, I know it doesn't seem fair that you're going to have to pay more for your conservatory, but if the prices of everything has gone up, then you can't expect the construction man to make up the difference, can you? Well, no. If he had explained all this to me, I probably wouldn't have come to this court, Judge. I think he's just wasted everybody's time.
I didn't mean to hit that. It's just because of the crisis. I couldn't do a contact.
No.
I couldn't help war in Ukraine.
No.
No one could help it.
Nobody could, only the man that started the war. Putin.
Putin, we should blame him for all this.
Yes. Good idea, says the judge. Okay, you're both happy with that now? Yes, George.
I just say sorry to you to the construction man and get it done for you. You can walk it smoke. Case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out?
Of course, Judge.
Alright then. So, the next case, I think we should have a Mr. Pirate who takes cake on whites. So, Mr. Decide, does you go on a white?
Yes.
Which country is he going to?
Well, I was hoping to go on holiday, Judge.
Where to?
I was going to go to Turkey. I've been there before and it's very nice, Judge. Okay, so what happened? Well, there was an earthquake in Turkey and Syria And the pilot said, we can't fly to Turkey because there's no runways. Everything's been smashed and demolished in the earthquake. Right, understood. So why are you complaining? Well, I want my money back. It's not fair. Okay, pilot, what you got to say? Well, the thing is, Judge, I can't fly a plane to Turkey and land when there isn't a runway. It's not possible. And even if I did, where is this gentleman going to stay? Everything's been flattened. There won't be any hotels or anything for him to go to. No nice swimming pool. There's nothing left. I saw this on the news. I think you are correct in what you are saying. Who would want to go for a holiday to a place where every building just about's been flattened? Right, mister. I cannot believe you expect this pilot to give you your money back. Didn't you take out some holiday insurance to cover you for things like this? Yes, I did, Judge. But the insurance company says an earthquake is an act of God, so you're not covered. They can't help earthquakes, so they won't pay. Understood. But it's just one of those things. If there's been an earthquake, it isn't anybody's fault. It's definitely not the pilot's fault, is it?
It is a pilot's fault.
No, it isn't.
Grave him.
Don't be silly. You're just being stupid, mister.
Just grave him.
Nope.
So, why is it being an earthquake car? Why should it be?
Because these things just happen. It's when the plates, what they call plates in the Earth's surface, start moving together, and then it causes tremors.
How could it have anything to do with earthquake in England, he says?
Because we don't have lots of those faulty plates. Turkey is one of the worst places in the world. They're more likely to get an earthquake than anywhere else, really. And there's also a bad place in America. I think it's called San Antonio. And they've got a great big fault running through. And that could make an earthquake at any time. So you've just wasted all my time. Just get out of my court. You're being silly. An earthquake is an act of God.
He's dismissed. I'm just more money for everybody. So, I'd like to show out a cart. Yes.
Ooh,
So,
that was a bit of a waste of time, Judge, wasn't it?
oh, is that a waste of time, Pa?
Well, because it isn't anybody's fault, like you said, Judge. Nobody can stop an earthquake.
So, the best case is a lady and a swimmer man. What's the swimmer man done to his lady?
I don't know. Hello, Judge.
What's the back in?
My name is Mandy, and this swimmer is my son. His name is Bob. Okay.
What a stupid name.
And what has Bob done to upset you? Well, apart from the fact he just wants to go swimming all day long, what happened, Judge? I entered a competition. Oh, what was the prize? It was a Marmite competition. What? Ugh, Marmite? I hate Marmite. Yes, well, so what did you win? I got a special jar of Marmite that was a limited edition, and also entry to a secret club that for people who love Marmite. Right. Michelle, have you ever heard anything like this? People normally enter into competitions and win a holiday or money, lots of money, nice things, a balloon flight, something special. Who would enter the competition to win a jar of Marmite? Me, George, said Joan. Okay, Bob, do you want to tell us what happened? Yes. What happened was Mum was taking all this silly Marmite to an exhibition for them to photograph it, so she parcelled it up into a cardboard box. Right. Did she give you any instructions before you lifted the box? Only to say, be careful. Right, so she didn't tell you what was in it? No, Judge. And it was very heavy. Right, so what happened next? Well, Judge, I was coming down the stairs with it and I just slipped. And the box fell out of my hand and the jars got smashed. And Mum wasn't very happy at all. Right, I've got to ask you this question, Bob. Did you really slip? Or did you just think, yeah, I hate Marmite, I'll throw it down the stairs? No, Judge, it was a genuine accident. I didn't know it was Marmite that was in there because Mum didn't tell me. Okay then. So, Joan, we've got a photograph here of the box on the floor and all the jars smashed. Can I just ask you, if this Marmite jar that was so special, why did you just put them all in a cardboard box? Why didn't you wrap them up first? Either bubble wrap, newspaper, something around them to help keep them safe? Well, we were only going in the car to take them to the exhibition. I didn't think anything would happen. Well, I think you're being a bit silly. If I had something that was made of glass and I was really, really proud of it and it was special, I wouldn't just put it in a cardboard box and expect it to be okay. I'd wrap it up, even with tissues or toilet paper, something like that, to keep it safe. At least that way, if it does get dropped accidentally, it stands a chance of not breaking the glass. I didn't think. No, obviously not. Well, I am not telling your son to pay you any money. It's your fault, really. You should have told him there were glass jars in the box and then he might have been a little bit more careful. I would have, George. I didn't know what was in it, and I'm really sorry, Mum, that I broke it. Okay. Right then. I've made my decision. I think we can just say this case is over.
Case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out?
Yes, George.
Yes, take her out. And now we're going to talk about her case. Right, you two, how did you feel about that case?
Well, Joan's not very happy, but you can't really blame your son, Joan. If you'd have told him that there was glass in there, he might have been more careful, like the judge said. I would have. Honestly, Michelle, I didn't know it was glass jars. Having said that, I can't stand Marmite.
Okay, that was good. It's good time for a best case, everyone. And who the best case is definitely with Mickey Mouse and Daisy Duck. find Mickey Mouse and Daisy Duck. Children
Right.
today in court.
What's the matter then, Mickey Mouse?
And the show's just coming back up.
Okay, I'm coming back, George.
It's just if Gaku were caught.
Okay,
And Gaku out, she says.
that's good. Right. Come on then, Mickey, what's your problem with this duck? Well, the problem is this, Judge. Every time I tidy up in the clubhouse, Daisy makes a mess. She's so untidy and messy, it's not real. We put all the Lego away into the correct boxes. What does Daisy do? Tips it out. And then I have to go again and pick it all up. Daisy thinks it's funny, but I can't stand my clubhouse being in a mess. I don't mind when the children are there and they're playing with the toys. That's okay. But when they've gone, I like to tidy it up. But Daisy just likes messing everything. Understood. Right then, what have you got to say for yourself, Daisy? I just enjoy playing with all the things. Why can't I play with them? It isn't fair that just the children get to play. I want to play as well. Okay. What do you say to that, Mickey? I don't mind Daisy playing, but if she gets all the Lego out, she should put it away when she's finished. But no, she moves on to the next box of toys and tips those all over. And we end up, you can't walk anywhere on the floor, Judge, because there's just toys absolutely everywhere. And it's quite ridiculous. And Daisy should know better. She's not a little child. She's an adult and she should know that you have to clear things away. Otherwise there's no room to play. Oh, you're such a spoil sport, Mickey. Wanting everything tidy all the time. Yes, because that's the only way to be. You can't just have things thrown here, there and everywhere. People can't live like that. Ugh. Ugh. You're such a grump, Mickey. But I just like playing. Okay, says the judge. I think I've heard quite enough. I agree with you, Mickey. Daisy is an adult and should know better. You can understand really little children throwing things around, but not adults. And once the children have gone, everything needs tidying up. It's like, I bet when you were little, Daisy, you had your toys all over, and when you went to bed, I bet your mummy tidied up so that when you came down the next morning, everything was back in its place. Did she do that?
Right.
Yes, she did, Judge.
Well, I'm not sure she did do it or not. Michelle, I got it in you here. I got it here. What's it, Mickey? What's it in you? Stu.
The video is Daisy's mum tidying all the toys up. See, said Mickey, this is what you do when you've finished playing. A place for everything and everything in its place. I agree, says the judge. You can't keep doing this. If you don't want to tidy up, Daisy, then I'm afraid you can't play with the toys. Is that understood?
Why can't you play with toys when I don't tidy them up?
Because we're not going to allow it.
Wait, what's the right? I like playing with the toys.
Yes, you can play with the toys, but you must help Mickey tidy up.
When should we tidy up?
When you finish playing. When it gets nearly bedtime, you need to pick up all the toys and put them away in their place.
What time is it bedtime?
9 o'clock.
10 o'clock actually.
Only at the weekends.
Why? He don't go to school.
Oh,
He
okay,
don't
sorry.
go to school, so it's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. So when it gets to about 9:45, you need to start tidying away and get everything put back ready for the next day. For when all the children come to the clubhouse.
I don't like tidying up with you. It's too hard work. I got so much tidying up.
Daisy, I am not listening to any more of this nonsense. If you carry on, you will be in contempt of court. And if that happens, the policeman will take you away.
Okay, I'm request to tidy up. I didn't want to give you contempt of court, so I listened to your judge. I'm going to tidy up and help Mickey.
That's very good.
So that means it has to be case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out? Well, let's see who we have in court next, Michelle. We should have Jake, a pirate, against a fireman, against Jake. So, fireman, what's it Jake done to come to court, fireman? What has Jake done?
Right, Judge. Jake keeps going on the beach and making a little fire. To keep him warm, I suppose, and maybe to cook some toast on. But the problem is, when he's finished, he doesn't put the fire out. And all you need to do, Judge, is throw some sand over it. And then it goes out.
I don't want to do that, says Jake.
Yes, I know, Jake, but
How
if
should I
you
go
don't... Jake, I'm talking now. Be quiet. The fireman is correct.
What should I do, says Jake?
You should throw sand over it and put the fire out.
I don't want...
Because...
I suppose I can't leave a fire on.
Especially because if you're leaving it and you're not there to keep your eye on it, if it gets windy, it can blow the flames, and if there's anything on the beach that's could catch fire, like waste paper that people have left, or towels, windbreakers, all that sort of thing, there could be a major incident, and then the fireman would have to come with his engine and put all the fire out.
Yes, you got some towel light catch fire.
Yes, so the fireman doesn't mind you enjoying yourself on the beach and making a little fire and toasting things on it. You can even have marshmallows toasted. They're very nice, so Michelle tells me. But think about other people, Jake. You've got to be careful with fire. It's very dangerous. As I'm sure the fireman will be able to tell you. I can, Judge. I've been to houses where somebody's put the cooker on and the tea towel is just touching the ring, and what happens? Oof! It goes up in flames, and before you know it, all the kitchen is on fire and everybody's running out of the house, and it causes so much damage, and people are so upset when things get ruined. Exactly. So, are you listening to all this, Jake? Are you understanding why you need to put the fire out and be careful? Yes, I think I do understand, Judge. And really, just kicking some sand over it when I've finished won't really take very long, will it? No, it won't. Okay then. I'll do my best, Judge, to make sure I put it out completely.
So that means case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out? So, in this case, we should have Mickey Mouse and the Tigger. The Tigger got his case, Judge.
I'm beginning to think Mickey Mouse seems to have lots of problems. He keeps coming to my court.
What's the reason Mickey Mouse is coming for?
No.
How many covers does he have at Mickey Mouse? How many covers does he have?
Lots. He had a problem with Daisy. He's had lots of problems. Anyway, come on then, Mickey.
And Mike has a problem with Tigger.
Yes.
Which problem does he have with Tigger then, Mickey? Mickey, what problem do you have with Tigger?
My problem with Tigger is he jumps about too much. And so what difference does that make to you? It's just annoying, Judge. He's always going boing, 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 bouncing around on his tail. It just annoys me to death. But why is that? Why would that just annoy you? You don't have to stay near him, go somewhere else when he's bouncing. Right, Tigger, what do you say? Well, Judge, Tigger's bounce, it's what we do. We spin around on our tails, we bounce really high, we just have fun all day long. It's not my fault it gets on Mickey's nerves. He wants to just chill out a bit and relax. Understood? Right, Mickey. What do you say to that? Huh. I say, why does it have to bounce all the time? Well, it's just told you that, Mickey. It's what Tiggers do. They love to bounce. It's what... They always do it. They bounce on their tail, they bounce on their legs, and they have fun. I think you ought to just learn to have a bit of fun.
Yes, just learn to have fun. So that has to be case dismissed. I don't have to got that case, Michelle.
I think Tigger has every right to bounce if he wants to. I think Mickey Mouse is a bit of a grump.
How come Bob got to be mummy in that case? Was it just a case about? What is it a case about,
Well,
Michelle?
I don't know, says Michelle. Maybe Mickey wanted some compensation, but he wasn't going to get any, was he, Judge? Definitely not.
So it's to a conversation. A man, a go hit and a man. So go hit. What's your case against the man? It was him who was trying to go to him a new shed. That was it. Who was trying to go to, was trying to go to, that was trying to go to,
Go for your shed.
go for a shed.
What happened was this, Judge.
Go for to the shed. That man was going to you a shed. So what happened?
I asked this man if he could build me a shed. And he said, of course I can, Goofy. Let me come and measure up. So he came into the garden and he said to me, you'll need a concrete base to put the shed on, so it's not stood on the grass. Yes, said Goofy, I understand that. Right. How big do you want your shed? Well, I'd been looking and I'd been measuring in my garden, and I think maybe 10 foot long and 8 foot wide. Yeah, that's a good size. That's very good. What I'll do first, I'll put the base down, the concrete, because it will need to set and dry before we can put the shed on it. So that might take a couple of days. Okay, that's fine. So what happened then, Goofy? Well, he came and put the concrete down and measured and put the base down, and it all looked very good. And I thought, wow, this is going to be a really good job he's doing. And then, a couple of days later, he came with the shed. And when he started to put it up, it was a lot bigger than the base. Well, how did that happen then? I don't know, Judge. He must not have measured correctly. Or he must have got the wrong size shed. Okay, so, Mr. Shedman, what happened? Well, I put the base down and I thought I'd done it correctly, Judge. I thought it was 10 feet by 8 feet. But when I got the hut and came to put it on there, the hut was too big. Right, so what did you suggest? Well, I just said, it'll be okay like that, surely. I think. And what did you have to say about that, Goofy? I wasn't happy, Judge. It was the builder in the first place that said to me, I need a proper cement floor. Because if you don't, mice and rats can get into your shed. So it has to be stood on concrete. And then he's telling me, whoa, it doesn't matter if it's not all stood on the concrete. But I think it does, Judge. Understood. I agree with you, Goofy. This is absolutely no good. So, what I'm going to suggest is either you'll get a smaller shed that fits, or he has to come back and make the base bigger with some more cement. What do you say, Goofy? Well, I'd rather have the size I wanted, Judge, because I've got lots of stuff to put in it, and I don't think it would fit in a smaller one. Okay, that's fine. That's my judgment then. He will come back and he will put a proper concrete base down and then erect your shed.
So does it was too small, or how big did you want it?
I wanted it 10 feet by 8 feet, which is what the hut measures. It's just the concrete that's not right, Judge.
So how much was it, Was it still 10 by 8?
The concrete wasn't, it was only about 8 by 6.
So did you do the concrete 10 by 8?
He should have done.
Yes, so he didn't do it.
And he didn't do it. Okay,
It
understood.
was just too small.
Yeah, you'll have to come back and make it right.
So case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to show about a cart? Yes. Right, let's get ready for the last case of this morning. And you'll be back this afternoon with some more cases. It's the last case of the morning. The last case of the morning should be it's Tigger and Gurgle. Gurgle is coming caught with his Tigger.
Right.
What you got? It's case Michelle. What did you say? What did Michelle say about it?
Well, I think Tigger has a problem because I think Burglar Bill stole some of Tigger's things. Understood. All right, Tigger. Well, Judge, a few weeks ago, I went on holiday. I went to Blackpool just for 4 days. And when I came back, somebody had broken into my house and stolen lots of things. What things? My television, my Xbox, my iPad, all the things that I really enjoy playing with. And he took all the food There was nothing left when I came home. But luckily, I have got CCTV, Judge. So I got the tape back and played it. Took it to my friends because obviously I had nothing left to play it on. And my friend said, bring it, we'll have a look. And guess who was on it, Judge? Burglar Bill. All over my house.
Yes.
In the living room, in the playroom, in the kitchen, in the bedrooms. He took some jewellery from the bedroom. Some of my nice stuff.
Do you have to say go tap, Judge?
Well, I cannot stand people who go pinching things. What have you got to say, mister? Burglar Bill? Well, what can I say? It's my job, it's what I do. Well, that's not a very good job, is it? Well, it makes me lots of money, Judge. I just break into somebody's house and I take things and then I sell them and I get money for them. And then that makes my life easy. What an absolute waste of a space you are. Have you thought about going and getting a proper job? Well, unfortunately, I don't think anybody would employ me now because I'm too well known as Burglar Bill.
How do you do it to employ him now? Why what?
Because who wants to employ a burglar? He might pinch things from work. Yes, I understand that. I wouldn't employ you. You might be taking all sorts of things from the workplace. I think there is no option in this case but to get the policeman. I think you have to go to jail.
We have a policeman in the audience. So does he have to say?
Come on, you Burglar Bill.
Do I have to go to prison?
Yes. No, don't do that.
And I hit him, Michelle. Da, 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 da.
But then the policeman gets back up and he puts some handcuffs on him.
Handcuffs.
And then he can't hit
Are
anybody
you
else.
okay, Michelle?
Yes.
What did go do to you?
He's hurt me, Judge.
Oh dear. How
Right. Well, not only are you going to jail because you're a burglar, you're also going to jail for hitting people. So you're going to be there a long time. And that means everybody's stuff will be safe because Burglar Bill is in jail.
How long is his sentence in jail?
Oh, I think it should be a long one, don't you, Michelle?
How long?
Yes,
Does
Judge.
How does you show him the sentence?
I think he should get 5 years.
That's a long time,
Yes.
Michelle.
So be it. I'll rule on that, Michelle. I think the same. 5 years jail.
Go. Case dismissed. Did you have a good morning, Michelle, in court today?
Well, apart from Burglar Bill hitting me, it was quite enjoyable.
Was it quite a good one? Oh, that's a good morning.
Yeah,
So Michelle was
I
a
like
good
listening
morning.
to the cases, but I don't like it when somebody hits me.
And now it's time to talk about the case. Just before we go off air. Right, Tigger, how did you hear about the case?
I'm so happy. I'm glad he's gone to jail. And then I'm not scared he might come back and burgle me again.
Why are you so glad? Why-
Because I was worried in my house all the time in case he came back. So now I know I'm safe and I can go on holiday if I want to. Yes, you can.
So that was a good one. We're going to go